Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Mandalorian countdown, 22 days and some hours.
That's kind of close.
It is really close, really close.
It'll be here before you know it.
Yeah, that'll transition us into our story today. Pedro Pascal. He was on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and he talked some about The Mandalorian, because it's Mandalorian time.
This is the way. Well, you can't go on any late night show and not. We've talked about that. How every Star Wars actor ever always gets asked about Star Wars whenever they go on a show or interview.
He was there primarily to talk about The Last of Us, but of course, Mandalorian season 3 brought up. The show is getting ever closer, and so I'm sure we'll hear more interviews going. Getting as we get closer, more interviews will probably
the hype train will ramp up. Yeah,
because it needs help, I guess.
I don't think so. No.
Well, he couldn't say much about the new episodes, of course, but he did hint that we might be getting some heavy Mandalorian action, much like we saw in the trailer. It should be noted that I think the live audience was super excited for Mandalorian as well. I feel like it got more cheers than any other topics they mentioned.
Got a bigger pop, as they say, than anything. Because he kind of mentioned all the things he's been in, and that was the one that people went kind of crazy for.
Yeah, so...
Mandalorian has really transcended Star Wars. It is big beyond just it being Star Wars. It is huge.
It's nice because you can watch it when you don't have all of the Star Wars information and just have it be a good, fun show.
You really don't need to know the first thing about Star Wars to watch The Mandalorian.
Absolutely. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
I mean, it helps. It's good. And there are some things that you might understand better, but you don't need to know anything.
When asked to provide some new details on the season, Pedro Pascal simply teased, "I will say there will be more Mandalorians. A lot of them. Big epic battle? Plural, maybe?"
Well, we've seen kind of one battle in the trailers and stuff.
Navarro?
Yeah.
But
kind of retaking the city from Weequay and Nikto, the pirate, species of the galaxy. Sorry, guys, you get kind of stereotyped there.
Yeah. But we also know that something big is going to happen on Mandalore, because we do see that in the trailer there's the chase scene with some TIE fighters chasing what looks like a Mandalorian craft.
Yeah, it looks like a gauntlet, yeah.
So I can imagine we're going to have a couple epic battles this season. I mean, he said epic. Big epic.
Yeah,
this could be huge battle.
I don't know that the Navarro battle is epic. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it looks cool. It looks like it's gonna be big, but it doesn't look any bigger than, say, in episode 3 of the first season when they're kind of escaping Navarro and the Mandos show up.
I would call that a big battle. I wouldn't know if I'd call it epic.
It was an epic, yeah.
I don't know. It had an epic tone to it, though.
Yeah.
All of the Mandos coming
out, cool
flying around on the jetpacks.
To see that many Mandos in live action. We've seen it in Clone Wars, but to see live action Mandos kind of flying around and shooting stuff, that was cool.
All right, then Pascal joked that Grogu wouldn't be in the new season because Disney couldn't figure out his contract. He kind of made a joke that his head was now bigger than his ears. But he did say a few words about Grogu's presence in the new season. He's been very good. He's still learning, teaching, protecting. I think if I say more, I'll be replaced. Not just as the Mandalorian, but as a human being in life. Their technology is so sophisticated that they'll just replace me with a different Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, I think they could. I mean, with the AI voice and AI art and AI everything, we don't need real people anymore. I don't even know what is real anymore.
Careful with that. That's scary stuff.
It is scary stuff, actually, because I've seen videos of, just completely AI-generated images and voices, and you can kind of tell the voices because some of the inflections are wrong, but they're so close that if you didn't know the wiser, you might be fooled.
Yeah, it depends on how familiar you are with the individual.
Yeah. I've heard my own voice AI'd now, so that was creepy.
I want to hear an AI Godzilla roar.
No.
Rumor has it that Pedro Pascal was actually not heavily involved with filming the 3rd season.
He doesn't have to be. You can put anybody in the suit, and he knows it. That's why he's making that joke about replacing him.
The schedules coincide with his time shooting The Last of Us, meaning the heavy lifting on set was done by his 2 stunt doubles, Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder. He still recorded all his lines, and I'm sure he was on set if any scenes required him to not have the helmet on. But it sounds like being the voice actor of The Mandalorian is a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah. And it can be replaced. We're just talking about voice, AI voices. Watch out.
I kind of have mixed feelings on that, honestly. He gets all the praise of the recognition of being the Mandalorian, but it's a 3-man job.
Yeah. Where he does just the voice. I mean, he does the, like,
Because
I don't want to say he does the important part because the physical presence and all that is
that
obviously
is the
important.
Mandalorian.
But
His
the voice,
movements are, the way his body moves, the way he acts. I mean, someone is doing all of the physical acting. Two men are doing all the physical acting for this role. And he's just like, I did the voice.
Yeah. He gets a lot of credit for being a 3-man team.
It is. I feel a little sad that the other two don't get more credit. Like, I feel like they could invite those two on interviews with him or something.
Yeah.
Why not?
Cool,
let's get a 3-man. Let's get the whole Mandalorian together. Mando
it would be
team.
cool to see them get more credit. Yeah, absolutely.
I think
not that
they
Pedro
should.
doesn't deserve a bunch of
he
credit.
absolutely
Don't get
does.
me wrong,
I mean, he
but
does
yeah.
the acting, of course. The voice is important.
Yeah.
And he does do the helmet off scenes when needed. There were some in season 2, obviously.
There were, and I'm going to guess we'll get more in season 3.
We shall see. I just was thinking it'd be really cool if they all went on interviews together.
No, I think it would be cool to get all 3 of them kind of talking.
Mm-hmm. Talking about how it is to be the Mandalorian.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Maybe in when they do the behind the scenes, the Disney gallery for season 3 of The Mandalorian, maybe they'll do something like that. I don't remember them really talking too much about it in the first 2.
No, and I just feel like they should talk about it more.
No, I agree.
That's all. We know the rest of the cast from the previous 2 seasons. Most of them are coming back. We've also got, of course, Filoni and Favreau. Favreau wrote all 8 episodes. And Filoni co-wrote 2 of them. Probably the 2 with Ahsoka.
I was just going to say, well, we can expect Ahsoka 2 times this
or the
season.
2 with bo-katan, because he likes to step in when his characters, his babies are involved.
He's very protective of those characters, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Well, Mandalorian returns March 1st with brand new episodes. Of course, we will be covering Mando both on this channel and on the main channel, so stay tuned.
Oh, you called it the main channel
for more, because that's what you call it, so I don't want to confuse people.
Yeah.
Moving on, there's a rumor out there right now that Disney is in talks to try and acquire Harry Potter from Warner Brothers Entertainment. No idea where this rumor comes from. This was posted up by someone in our Discord to kind of take a look at and read the article through. And I'm curious if this could be true. They have to talk to both J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers Entertainment to acquire the property because she has the intellectual rights to all of her works, whereas Warner Brothers has probably rights to some of the aesthetics. Because we all know what it looks like, what Hogwarts looks like according to Warner Brothers in their movies. So I'm sure that they own certain aspects of it, whereas she owns a big aspect of it as well.
I'm assuming she has pretty much a big say in whatever is done with the wizarding world.
Yeah, the rumor is that Bob Iger is looking to do this. I mean, during his last reign, he acquired big deals. That was one of the things he was brought in to do. Under his watch, he took Pixar, Marvel, Lucasfilm, Hulu, and 21st Century Fox.
Is that all?
That's what he acquired during his time. And he might be looking to acquire more.
It's like trading cards for him. He just, picks them up and collects them. Pokemon. Got to collect them all.
He's literally going to, control sci-fi fantasy if he can get this.
I think that's terrible. I think we need better competition, more competition.
Right.
I don't think we need one company owning it all.
Leave Harry Potter alone. I mean, what are they going to do if they get Harry Potter? They're going to make more. That's what they do, obviously.
If there was a slogan for Disney or a motto, own it and make more. That is what they do.
Not to mention, Universal Studios has Harry Potter Land built.
Yeah.
That's
a problem.
That is theirs. They'd have to somehow exclude it from the deal.
Yeah, I'm sure they could.
But then they'd make some sort of subprint that anything that they make for the future can't be used at that park.
Yeah.
And then they'd make their own, making another Harry Potter Land. I mean, this property has got to be worth at least as much as Star Wars, honestly.
Yeah, probably. I have no idea. I mean, it's
got the books. It's got shops, stores, theme parks, movies, video games.
I would think Star Wars is worth more simply because of the multi-generational aspect of it. It spans much further back than Harry Potter does.
Oh, I'll give it that. It definitely has a longer lasting, but Harry Potter did appeal to people of all ages.
It did.
So I feel like while it doesn't have as many years behind its belt, it has a lot of years behind its belt.
Yeah, I think the difference is you don't have a lot of 40 and 50-year-old Harry Potter fans or hardcore fans as much as you. No, but they have the current
generation.
Well, certainly. I'm just saying you extend much further back, and the older you get, usually the more money you have to spend on all sorts of fun stuff. So
I mean, there's a whole generation of people who now have money of their own who grew up with Harry Potter. And they may love it more than the people who grew up with Star Wars because Harry Potter has its own controversies, but Star Wars in recent years hasn't been very well loved by some of the fandom.
It would be fun if you could find a neutral kind of site to, Harry Potter or the prequels, which was your jam growing up. If you're in your, late 20s or 30s right now.
Well, it's so interesting because, so first off, those books came out. And those books were a huge success.
Yeah.
And then following up those books, the movies started coming out year. So the people who grew up with that then had their fantasy, their dream reinforced by the movies, or the movies got you to go back and to go into those books.
Yeah.
And then they came out with a theme park, while those people who now grew up with it are old enough to take their own kids there and spread the magic, as they like to put it. Then they came out with the Fantastic Beasts movies, which, while they weren't hugely loved, I still found them enjoyable as a Harry Potter fan.
I think they felt too different from Harry Potter. Not necessarily in a bad way, but I think for a lot of people, they just didn't feel the same. There was something missing and something different about them. I still thought they were, for the most part, okay. Mm-hmm. But they were definitely missing some of that, I don't know, that wonder. Maybe because you have the kids kind of discovering it versus adults who already know about everything. Is that the difference?
It could very well be. I mean, introducing people to magic is different than already inhabiting a magic-filled world.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like when Luke was introduced to being a Jedi rather than starting from the perspective of people who know what a Jedi is.
Yeah, Harry's the quote-unquote everyman that you kind of learned everything through.
He's like raised among the Muggles, and he's learning.
Yeah, maybe that's the big difference. I don't know. Just speculating, spitballing ideas.
Either way, if Disney does manage to acquire it, I'm not sure I'll be happy with that. I mean, they have the money to do crazy and amazing things with the property. There's no denying that. But I'm going to guess first thing they'll do is try and cut out Rowling entirely.
Yes.
Because she has too much controversy surrounding her. Whether you lean one way or the other towards what she says or how much you actually care. Like, I don't.
I don't think many... I think it's a lot of very loud people on the internet. I think the bulk don't really care, for better or worse. I mean, I don't want to get into this topic.
No, this is not a topic for
it's a landmine, but I'd imagine most Harry Potter fans just love Harry Potter for what it is. And
absolutely.
And that's kind of the extent of it.
And she's revered as the creator of this magical world.
Yeah.
In which her personal views don't seem to present themselves.
Yeah, I mean, if you, for example, like the George Lucas, there were a lot of people who hated George Lucas for I mean, it's totally different. Don't get me, it's apples, oranges kind of thing. But a lot of people hate Lucas, but you still love Star Wars.
Absolutely. Same difference.
Yeah, maybe not a lot. I don't know. Prequel hate is such a strange thing from back in the day. Yeah. Who knows how much there actually was versus how it's such a confusing thing. But certainly there are people who hate Lucas and love Star Wars. Is basically what I'm saying.
Maybe that should be our first poll.
Which one, about Lucas or
no, about do you think that Disney acquiring Harry Potter would be a good thing or a bad thing?
Could be fun. We could put it up on let's see if people would like us to do polls on the second channel. I do a lot of them over on the main channel, but we could do some here.
We'll see. All right, let's move on to the end of this segment here. We've got new this week in Star Wars, etc. On Wednesday, we're getting 2 episodes of The Bad Batch. It's our next
Please be good.
Paired episode. Well,
no, they're gonna.
I have a lot of those. This is where it really kicks into high gear.
I have a lot of confidence about this week's episodes. The names alone get me excited.
Oh yeah, this one's gonna be good.
Yeah.
We also have for comics Darth Vader 31, Hidden Empire 3, and High Republic 5. Friday, Vox Machina Season 2 has the last 3 episodes of the season coming out.
It's been so good again.
It really has. We've been watching it.
I can't believe I didn't watch that until recently.
I know. You had the trepidations of like, I love D&D, but I love D&D my way.
Yeah.
So it's hard to immediately go and I'll watch D&D somebody else's way, but as a fantasy show, as a fun show, it's good whether you know D&D or not.
It manages to feel like a real D&D game where it balances that we can be stupid and slapstick, but also take it seriously. Mm-hmm. That's what a good D&D game is, where you can take it seriously, but you do have your moments of just acting stupid and having fun with it.
Also on Friday, Hogwarts Legacy comes out. Unless you're a pre-orderer who got the 3 days advanced.
Yeah, which you'll be playing probably late tonight.
Yeah, comes out for me at 11 p.m. tonight. So I got the pre-order because I'm so excited. All right, and then Sunday we've got the Last of Us episode 5.
We didn't see episode 4 yet. We didn't watch it last night.
I was really tired, so I went to bed.
You did. You went. I was like, "Where are you going?" To bed. I'm like, "What? Already?"
I have not been feeling well of late.
No, you've had a rough stretch.
Hit a wall, and
Christmas.
I was like, "I'm going to bed."
I feel like you've been sick kind of since Christmas, which has me worried.
It's okay. I'm all right. Don't worry about me.
No,
I'm not dying. Yeah. I'm fine.
No.
And that's all we've got for the news today.
Huh? I guess that's all we got in general then. Mm-hmm. So that is all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news. And let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.